It's true. The revolution will not be televised. It's going to be sent right into your head. And it probably already has. That's how it works nowadays. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. We are back with Gil Scott-Heron. I'm guessing that's how you say it. I looked at it, my brain was like, you sure you want to try and say that? And I was like, no, I'm going to try. I have to, you know, so Gil Scott-Heron, that's what I'm going to go with. We're going to be listening to 3 tracks from his album, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. It was released in 1974. It was titled after his song of the same name that came out in 1971. But it's also on this album. I'm really going to be listening to The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, Pieces of a Man, and Whitey on the Moon. But not in that order. It's going to be Revolution, Whitey on the Moon, and then Pieces of a Man, I think. I think that's how I set it up. This is courtesy of our Alpha patron, Joel. Thank you, Joel, for your support. As always, my friend, I truly appreciate it. It is time to go. Do I know anybody of these players? Spinoza? I know Spinoza. Don't see. I see Pretty Purdy on the drums, but that's... Oh, it is Bernard. So why? Oh, see, that's how they get you. Bernard Purdy, of course I know him. I was like, wait, Pretty Purdy on the drums. I know that. All right, let's go. If y'all not subscribed, please help a brother out. Click that icon right below my face. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a like and a comment too. It helps with the algorithm. I'd appreciate it. All right, first up, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised by Gil Scott-Heron. 3, 2, 1.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Ain't that the truth, bro?
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Shape of a Wood Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia.
That is fucking filthy.
The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised.
Yeah. There we go. Damn.
There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lights of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion.
That food is nasty too.
Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose.
What? See, I'm missing cultural context here.
By Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or the Rare Earth. The revolution will
Rare
not be
Earth and Glenn
televised.
Campbell, what's up?
The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will
that
put you in
baseline
the
is fucking
driver's seat.
gnarly.
The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
That was nuts, dude. What year was this? 76, 72, that song came out?
We have a poem here.
71,
Whitey on
74,
the
nice
Moon.
try, Lee. Whitey on the Moon.
And it was inspired. It was inspired by some Whiteys on the Moon. So I want to give credit where credit is due. All right. That's it. A rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the Moon. Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon. I can't pay no doctor bills, but Whitey's on the moon. 10 years from now, I'll be paying still while Whitey's on the moon. You know, the man just upped my rent last night, cause Whitey's on the moon. No hot water, no toilets, no lights, but Whitey's on the moon. I wonder why he's upping me, cause Whitey's on the moon? Well, I was already giving him $50 a week, and now Whitey's on the moon. Taxes taking my whole damn check. The junkies make me a nervous wreck. The price of food is going up. And as if all that crap wasn't enough, a rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the moon.
This is straight up hip hop, basically.
Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon.
Like he invented the whole genre.
With all that money I made last year for Whitey on the moon, how come I ain't got no money here? Whitey's on the moon. You know, I just about had my fill of Whitey on the moon. I think I'll send these doctor bills, air mail special.
Yeah.
To Whitey on the Moon.
There you go. That was a short one. That was good. Pieces of a Man.
Jagged jigsaw pieces.
So he does piano vocals.
Tossed about the room. I saw my grandma sweeping with her old straw broom. But she didn't know what she was doing. She could hardly understand that she was really sweeping up pieces of a man. I saw my daddy meet the mailman, and I heard the mailman say, now don't you take this letter too hard now, Jimmy. They've laid off 9 others today. But he didn't know what he was saying.
That piano, dude.
He could hardly understand.
So he's got range. What a talented dude.
But he was only talking to pieces of a man. I saw the thunder and heard the lightning, and felt the burden of his shame. And for some unknown reason, he never turned my way. Pieces of that letter were tossed about the room, and now I hear the sound of sirens
That double bass.
laughing through the gloom.
That's Jerry Jemmett on bass.
But they don't know
Ron
what
Carter.
they are doing. They could hardly understand that they're only arresting pieces of a man. I saw him go to pieces. I saw him go to pieces.
What a voice.
He was always such a good man. He was always such a strong, strong man. Yeah, I saw him go to pieces. I saw him go to pieces.
Wow. What a beautiful ending. That whole song was just absolutely gorgeous and made me really think of my dad and how much I miss him. So I didn't really get to see him fall to pieces. Luckily it's pretty quick, honestly, but you would think, he died from cancer, but it took 2 weeks from when we found out, and then he was gone just like that. That was beautiful, man. That last song, like, it's a great, like, almost like ballad to like father and son sort of thing. That's the vibes I got. And man, that double bass, I don't know if that was Ron Carter or Jerry Jemmett on the bass, but whoever it was, fantastic work on that double bass, and that just made the whole song with the piano, his vocals. I mean, tie it all together with that, it was perfect. It was a great song, man. Then you go the other two, completely different. It's like if you had told me those are two different artists, the one from Pieces of a Man and then like Whitey on the Moon, and the first one, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, I would have believed you. That shows you the range of this man just from 3 songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Whitey's on the Moon. I get what he was going for with it. I don't know. Like I don't like making it either way about like race. It's just obviously there's times where it needs to be brought up. For things, and you can't ignore it. Obviously, everyone's culture is different, and everyone, but I don't know. That one I didn't really land as well with me, but I get what he's going for. You could replace the word Whitey with like rich people or anything. It doesn't have to be that, So that's how I kind of went with it. But if anytime you make it just about it for no reason, even though that was, I see exactly where he's coming from. I know, but I don't know. That one wasn't as much for me, but I did enjoy his kind of like freestyle flow of it. That was really cool. Like the first 2 songs are very hip hoppy, and it's like in like the first one came out in like the early 70s, not even the mid 70s. And so he must be like a revolutionary in his genre, because I bet if, I don't know when the actual hip hop, I guess like the late 80s is like when it got, more mainstream, appeal. I know it goes back, but it started getting big in the 90s, and then we are where we are now, where it's like the dominating, musical genre. And I think that's crazy to think about how, things change, times change. Like in like the early 90s, rap was, people thought it was a fad almost, I bet. I remember hearing stuff like that even as a kid. And you get to the 2000s, not a fad. Got to the 2010s, definitely not a fad. It's just got more and bigger, and good for it, man. I do like some of it. I do put some of my like hip hop records that I like, but they're few and far between. I like 2014 Forest Hill Drive by J. Cole, just a very instrumental, heavy, kind of hip hop album. It's actual instruments, actual pieces of music with actual meaning. I like that. Circles by Mac Miller. What was his last album called? Because unfortunately he passed away. There's a few, that I like, and I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff to be found there. There is actually, but a lot of just like with rock music, half the time, the mainstream big, go getter or like shock value, whatever kind of stuff isn't for me, especially with hip hop. But man, that first song though, man, holy crap, that was so good. That was so good. I wish this guy and Zappa could have teamed up. Like the Mothers and him teaming up would have been like the the groundbreaking collab that we all needed. That would have been amazing. Just the way he can flow over, Bernard Purdie, just like absolutely fucking killing it, man. He wasn't even just doing his shuffle. He was throwing in some other licks in there too, bro. Like I was like, what? Bernard, what is this? Where have you been hiding that one? He's such a good drummer. And Gil just knew exactly where to go over the beat, and just every single word was just perfect, man. That song is an instant Pandora one, man. It really is. That's going to be like a new meter for me. I'm like, is it going on my Pandora or is it not? That one's going on my Pandora, 100,000%. That is a fantastic song through and through. I see why he 3 years later named an album after a song he already did 3 years prior. Then put the song on the album again. I see why, because it is that good. I totally would have done the same thing. That is one hell of a track, and now I know where that saying came from, because I've obviously heard the saying, "The revolution will not be televised." I definitely, I was raised on the internet, basically, so right when it was getting big, back in like the early 2000s and stuff like that, so I've seen it all, and it's true. It's not going to be televised. It's already... The war's already over. We just don't realize it yet. You'll see, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to end very well for us. I think, my honest opinion. I see it demonetized. See, all my shit's just yellow money signs. It's not looking good for us. It's not. Everyone's teamed up against us already. Everybody already didn't like us. And now they're getting off the petrodollar. They're teaming up with Bricks. I don't know. That'd be a close fight. This is just me, this unfiltered Lee right now. I try not to get off into this kind of topic and stuff, but it's kind of came up with this. The revolution's already over. You guys missed it. You just didn't realize it was happening around you. It's already over. They already won. They captured 2 generations worth of people already in the mind. It's already over. And then some older generations too, I think. But it's one way or the other. There was like 2 revolutions basically, and then it's just radicalized, and everyone broke off into their little, sects basically. And it's scary, man. I'm usually pretty good at like predicting things. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I know that the next thing that happens is going to be the domino that, because they already knocked like some of the dominoes down. Like it's already kind of coming down, but they're still, I think, I see that analogy doesn't work then. Fuck. I feel like there's been little fires, but they could quickly become a very big fire. Let's say that, you know what I mean? I think, there's all kinds of stuff that could happen. But I think that we need to just, I don't know, whatever God you pray to him, and be nice to your neighbor. And I think it might be good. Because, the revolution will not be televised. Like I said, it's already been done. It's already over. Isn't that just warming? I'm not going to end the video like that, though. That was a great track, though. And like I said, instant Pandora list. Bernard Purdie, though, and Gil... Those are my favorite parts of all 3 songs. Even though Pieces of a Man was a beautiful ballad, father and son kind of type, that first track, that is totally my shit right there. And I just loved every little line. I got a couple of the cultural references from like Nixon and Agnew. Like I know those names because I've watched a bunch of videos like on Nixon and like that whole era and Watergate, and well, it's very, I like history. I like especially American history, and then ancient history too. I've kind of been trying to like dabble into like English history, even though like I know like medieval English history, but I'm talking about like, you know, the more recent, like, you know, the 16th century and on, you know, because like everyone knows medieval, you know, history from, you know, Europe, but then you start getting into like the 1400s on, and it's kind of sparse. Like the information's there, but like I don't know, it's kind of like the retro nostalgia and what's the word, modern thing, you know, like that's the middle. Nobody really cares about it yet, like, but everyone cares about the old stuff. Everyone cares about now, but like there's that middle kind of, you know, few centuries that kind of people ignore. There's whole ass centuries that are not lost. What is it? What did they say? There's like there was one century in like the early ones. I don't know if it's the 9th or the 8th century. They kind of like lost. It's not history. What's the word? Like they kind of lost a few years or something like that. Like all documented history of it, it's kind of just gone. I don't know where I read that at. It was an actual paper though that like there's I think it was like the 8th or 9th century, maybe the 10th century actually. It might have been like the 900s. There's a couple years that are missing or something because they changed the calendars and the king wanted it to be a certain way, so it became a certain way or something like that. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just spreading fucking false info now. I'm gonna get out of here though. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you again, Joel, for a great pick. That was absolutely groundbreaking. It really was, and I want to hear more from him. So if you guys have any other suggestions, please leave them below, because yeah, I'm game. That was fucking great. Patreon right there, that's a picture of it. There's a link in the description. If you join the $15 tier or up, you get one free request a month. If you join any of the tiers, you get access to all of our block videos and full album reactions. There is a shit ton on there. Tons of it. Tons and tons. Sorry, I'm trying to talk over all the talking back there. There's tons of stuff on there, and we'd love to have you. There's a Patreon only Discord as well, only for patrons. If you want to come chat with us, and there's also a PayPal and a Cash App as well in the description for tips, requests, and anything else. Thanks for watching. Deuces.